Well, I can't explain really even what my draw is to it. I mean, I'm just sort of doing this because I'm crazy, I guess. My name is Timothy G. Piotrowski, and I am an artist who uses photography. The garment she's wearing is from about 1900. And then with her long hair, it's nice and period accurate. They would have wore stockings, they might have wore a hat. There's not too much about these pictures, even though they look really simple, that hasn't been thought through. And a big part of the thinking is that I'm really looked at a lot of period photographs. These are Edwardian fashion plates from their French couture. And they were made to be, I mean, almost like a catalog photograph would be today. I've become a collector of period prints, and if I want to do a Hollywood portrait, you know, a picture that looks like a silent era Hollywood portrait, I literally have them in my collection. All of my pictures are very closely directed. What she's doing is she's just kind of holding this open, which is actually pretty risque. And so that's what we were kind of thinking about, was that there was this irony today that this is even a swimsuit. Wouldn't probably occur to us because it looks so much like a dress, but it is a Victorian era swimsuit.
I love working with Tim because he's very accurate with his photos, he's very precise, and he makes sure that the images that he produces really do look authentic and they really are believable. So you kind of feel like, as a model, you kind of go back in time and you're a blank canvas that then is transformed into this period that you've never lived in.
Right now, what I'm looking at, if you go in full profile to either direction, you see how the light moves on her face as she moves it from side to side. So instead of moving the light, I will direct the face and see how the light falls on her face as she moves it. I have a slow speed film and I'm using it under lower light. So I end up with exposures anywhere from 4 to 7 or 8 seconds.
You really have to be very, very still and be patient, you know, Tim is very precise, and I appreciate that about him.
This is now my oldest lens. This is a Civil War era lens. It's a lens from about 1867 or so, or 1870. It's weird that I'm even this involved in this stuff as I am, because it's not, I'm not a very precise guy. I mean, it's not who I am. It's there a little, it's subtle, it's nice. Could be a nice print, actually. Here is what I spent the better part of the day yesterday. I printed this 19 times. So I had 19 prints just to arrive at a print where I felt like I was in that range where I was getting that tonal diversity that I wanted. You know, I love old photographs, and for me, kind of hitting one out of the park is when I feel like they really do feel like the era is kind of coming through. It's almost something a little like an apparition. There's almost something a little spooky. We worked with some automobiles from 1906, and there were 3 sitters, and they were all wearing all period clothes, and they had shovels and lanterns that were all correct to period. And we were out in a place where there was no sign of modernity whatsoever. There was no power lines, there were wooden fences, dirt road. And the whole crew, everybody who was there was a point where we were all just kind of like, this is amazing. Like, it was trippy because it really felt like you were seeing something you shouldn't be able to see. A pretty bad anti-trend, and so there's a lot of things that when they even begin to take on any kind of popularity, I lose all excitement or enthusiasm for.